Okay, so today I went with my roommate to the Campo di Fiori market, and there I saw really not many places actually selling a lot of produce. So actually, at least the area where we were walking, there was not a lot of produce being sold. But I did find tomatoes, and the person there, the person there, I asked him so where are these grown? Like, do these have pesticides? I was trying to use some questions that would seem like a person looking to buy the tomatoes would ask, and he said like there. He said mostly they are from Turkey, and also that they use pesticides there, but the pesticides they use are a lot more sustainable and more quote unquote clean than something that they would use in the U.S. because he could tell I was American, obviously, and then he was trying to make it clear that these tomatoes were um, not soiled in any way. So after that, the I would ask I was going to ask more different questions, but then I just decided to move on to a different vendor, and I found some selling some antiques, and I asked some questions uh, is this most are these antiques are these antiques are these an are these antiques unique, or are these kind of fabricated? Are these kind of are these not fabricated, but are these antiques more more of being sold as replicas of another? And no, I said they're all genuine, which is kind of surprising for me because in the U.S. there's not a lot of you don't really find a lot of genuine antique places. Mostly, a lot of the places are kind of they try to cheap out, and so this was actually fully sustainable stuff they were selling with that was complete uh, localized. It was on the compass. It was something rather than nothing, as well as being entirely unique to what they were selling, which is just very rare to find, I feel like. But the fact that these markets exist where lots of antiques, items, knickknacks, clothing items can be found and bought at these prices, as well as being utterly unique, is kind of amazing. And I think there should be more of a market of this kind of resale that's being done at these markets. But that is an ideal world that is against globalization currently that is occurring. So the fact that this being found is being served as a commodity and something kind of you are given access to as kind of like a treat, not really something that can be done solely to sustain off of you can't really it would be very difficult to live your whole life solely from stuff bought at a farmer's market or an antique market. So the fact that this is something, as well as there being evidence of this not being some kind of at least some kind of, not like some kind of debauch, some kind of deception tactic, is evidence in and of self, in of itself, as well as being highly viable as a means of countering globalization, totally.